organs in these buckets. Ew, that's what I smell. This is really a horror hospital.
Look at all this blood. Sakes. That scared the shit out of me right there.
Oh my god.
It's a disintegrated dog.
Is that maggots? This white bag is just a bag of bodies.
There are places in this world that time forgot, places where doors hang open on broken hinges, where dust sits thick on everything, and where the silence feels less like quiet and more like something holding its breath. Urban explorers go looking for these places on purpose. They squeeze through fences, step over rubble, and point their cameras into the dark. Most of the time, they find decay, abandoned memories, the leftovers of lives once lived. But sometimes, they find something far worse. Something that raises every hair on their body and makes them wonder if they should have ever come at all. Tonight, we look at 100 of the most disturbing urban exploration encounters ever caught on camera. On April 24th, 2022, YouTuber Bob Thyssen, the explorer behind the channel Exploring the Unbeaten Path, uploaded a video of his visit to an abandoned hospital in Malta. From the very first moment he stepped inside, the scale of the decay was staggering.
So we're at an abandoned hospital in Malta. As you can see, front door is wide open. Been here a month ago too, to make a few pictures. Only saw a little part. And when you look at this first sight, you think, oh my god, looks like it's not worth a visit anymore. But there are actually quite some cool things left in here. Some really creepy rooms. So it's a pretty urban area. So there will be some homeless people sleeping here. This is just one of the wings. You can hear the police. So everything is vandalized.
He moved from room to room, and with every door he pushed open, it became clear that this place had not simply been left behind. It had been gutted. Files belonging to former patients were scattered across the floors, left open to the air like they meant nothing at all.
It's quite a mess. One of the crazy things is all the file records are here. All the people. Crazy, yeah.
This hospital was a small private hospital on the island of Malta and opened in 1995. It had a capacity of 100 beds and was especially for British health tourists. It closed down due to financial problems in 2012. It was put up for sale and there were some options, but the government pulled out from the deal.
Here's the main entrance again.
This place was in a pristine condition for many years, but unfortunately was vandalized last year.
Medical records, personal histories, the private details of real people who once lay sick in these very beds, now rotting under layers of dust and broken plaster. But as disturbing as those files were, they were not the thing that stopped Bob cold.
Right. Oh my god. Check this. Organs in these buckets. Ew, that's what I smell. That's gross. I'm gonna grab my flashlight. Oh. What the hell? A heart or something? Just laying on the floor. This is bad. I can't identify what's in this jar, but it looks really gross. Guess this is
None of these should have been left out in the open. They belonged behind closed doors, in a proper facility, attended to with dignity. Instead, it was just there, sitting in the ruin like everything else. Bob steadied himself and kept going.
So it actually looks pretty post-apocalyptic and creepy, eh? Because of the trash, decay, and all the stuff left behind. It's also creepy to walk here alone.
The further in he went, the worse it got. Every room was the same story. Garbage piled in corners, walls stained and crumbling, floors littered with things that should have been disposed of long ago, and the patient files kept appearing.
Don't tell me all the file records are here from the patients. Yep. It's really a scandal to leave all these things behind, huh? Just laying here.
The operating theater was perhaps the darkest part of all. The narrow passage leading to it felt like the kind of corridor you walk down in a nightmare and never quite reach the end of. The rooms around it were so gloomy and still that even the air seemed wrong in there.
So in this part I was last month. There's also some trash, but it's really creepy operating theaters. And last time it was completely flooded. Let's check this. So this is the first operating theater. Also the least interesting one, just the operating night.
Then Bob reached a section of the hospital that looked like something had detonated inside it. The destruction was on a completely different level from the rest of the building. Walls demolished, debris everywhere. Whatever this room once was, nothing remained of it now.
Oh my God. So, in this part there was a fire too. Phew. It's crazy that it's still intact in some places, eh?
It was a really ugly sight, and not long after seeing it, Bob decided to end his exploration. Every patient file Bob found in that hospital belonged to a real person who is very likely still alive today. Their diagnoses, their treatment histories, their names and dates of birth, all sitting in an open building that anyone could walk into. Now imagine if someone with harmful intentions found those files before Bob did. Someone who knew how to use personal medical information. Someone who understood that a person's health history could be used as leverage. Those patients spent time in that hospital expecting their records to be protected. They had no idea their most private details were rotting in a building that anyone brave enough to squeeze through a broken door could access freely. On December 28th, 2023, YouTuber Carlo Paolozziat explored what he called an abandoned Satanic castle mansion. And you're about to see that calling that castle Satanic was not an exaggeration.
We are at yet another abandoned mansion right now. This one has a little bit of a satanic history. You guys are gonna see that very, very soon as we go through this place. All right, guys, so right off the bat when you come in here, there's like Halloween stuff here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there was some kind of Halloween party just recently here. I don't know. It could have been from last year, could have been this year, I don't know. So, but it's all blood splattered.
Dark markings covered some of the walls, symbols without innocent explanation, and streaks of what appeared to be blood ran down surfaces in more than one room. But then strangely, not every part of this castle looked like something pulled from a nightmare.
And then we're gonna come over here. We're gonna jump into the kitchen. Happy Halloween. This is the kitchen. What is this? Is this some kind of chalkboard? Coffee, cappuccino, latte. This is pretty nice. Got some spotlights up there. And just even these windows here are pretty epic. We got a nice island here. We got a smoke machine. So
Some sections were surprisingly neat, orderly even. Whoever had used this place had clearly cared about certain rooms while leaving others to become something far darker, and some parts of the building were genuinely beautiful.
whoa. Oh my God. Look at the woodworking right here. And even up there. And then even the ceiling, like that took a lot of work to do. This is crazy. Wow. That looks like a door that came off.
The craftsmanship in parts of the structure was remarkable, the kind of design that takes real skill and real time to carve. The explorer found himself admiring the architecture even as his instincts told him not to get too comfortable.
What is this? Boo. This is crazy. Holy moly. Look at this. Oh my God. And then this here, this is, I don't even know what you would call this little area. This looks like when you go to church, you sit down, you kneel, and you pray. No word of lies, no joke, that's what it looks like. There used to be pot lights or some kind of lights up here. But guys, the woodworking here, actually, I freaking love it.
And then just like that, the creepy side of the castle came rushing back. The warmth of the well-crafted rooms evaporated, and he was back in territory that felt genuinely dangerous.
Look at all this blood. What is this? Oh my God. Toilet's missing. This is awesome. Oh, look at that. I just barely seen it because of the doorknob. That's a door that goes outside.
But despite what he had just seen, he braved himself and kept exploring.
This is one wacky room. This is probably one big ass office. Could be a bed right here, and then each side you put the lights on each side, like a his and her light kind of thing. That's what I think that is. But this would be a office, definitely, right? So now, let's go find those stairs that go up.
Then it happened. After years of urban exploration, after entering dozens of abandoned buildings and seeing things that most people never see in their lives, this explorer came face to face with the most disturbing thing he had ever witnessed inside an abandoned space.
Sakes. That scared the shit out of me right there. Oh my God. Look at this. Whoever did that, shame on you. I still can't believe this look here. You look at this nice crystal chandelier and it looks right down. That's cool. Oh, get out? No.
Most explorers would have walked out immediately. This one did not. He gathered himself, processed what he had seen, and kept going. And incredibly, he still found parts of the castle worth admiring, even after everything he had just witnessed.
Or any other bedroom here. That's awesome. Oh my God, I love this. And I would have been just past that door when I went through the wall there. Got a nice built-in shelf right into the wall. The water-fed boiler. Guys, who thinks we should come back here and do a hide and seek challenge, because that little walkway would be kind of cool.
That ability to hold two completely opposite feelings at once was the only thing that carried him through. One moment, he was in a room that looked like it belonged in an architectural magazine. The next moment, something like this.
Handprints everywhere. They tell me to get it. What the hell? That kind of scared the crap. Wait a minute. Look at that. Look how, oh my God. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's a little freaky, to be honest.
Eventually, even he had to admit that he had seen enough. He made his way out of the castle and back to the world of the living. The symbols, the blood streaks, the strange combination of beauty and horror in that castle pointed to one conclusion. Someone was using that building regularly and not for any innocent purpose. Now consider the possibility that the explorer had arrived on the wrong night, not the day after a gathering, but during one. The people who used that space clearly had no concern for the law, no concern for the secrecy that most people associate with abandoned locations. A stranger walking in with a camera would not have been a welcome surprise. Whatever rituals took place within those walls, the people performing them almost certainly preferred an audience of their own choosing. On July 3rd, 2023, YouTubers Sam and Jesse of the channel Sam and Jesse Explore found a deeply unsettling scene inside an abandoned farmhouse. The building had been sealed from the outside. That alone should have been reason enough to walk away, but they pushed through anyway and were instantly assailed by strange smells.
So someone sealed the door, so this is the only way in now. Nice. So we're inside. That was a bit of a mad entrance, and this place smells like nothing I've ever smelled.
There's a reason why it smells like as well.
So as you can see, it's the hoarder's house. Farmer's house. Oh my gosh,
I'm
man.
sweating after climbing in there.
Yeah, look at all this stuff.
Welsh dresser.
They found an old chest not long after stepping inside, and whatever was packed inside, it only added to the feeling that this place held things it was not supposed to.
This place is just full of strange, dirty things. Look at all these horse toys. There's some old papers there. Wow, that's really old, isn't that? Thingy, Charles.
Yeah.
No date. Yeah, no date, man.
It's a bit weird. Can anyone look 500 million will watch ceremony on television? The prince's first visit. This will give us a date,
yeah.
It? But
Wednesday, July the 2nd, that's all it says.
Every single room was buried in trash, not the ordinary kind that accumulates when a place is simply neglected, but the kind that made you wonder what kind of person lived here and what kind of life they led.
Ugh, this is horrible in here.
I wonder how bad this was when she was still here.
Probably just like this, not much better than this, to
It
be
was
honest
probably
with you.
less trashed, but I mean less spread out. I wonder if this actually has a year on it. No. Oh yeah, 1981.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah.
Head out of this simple little lounge, not much more to see. This is so bad, it really is. What's in there?
That's the basement.
Is it? Oh my god, is it that full?
I don't know, I haven't looked in there, but
Can't tell if that's a cupboard or stairs.
that's the only way to the basement.
Unless there is no basement in it, we could just feel the...
There's a big gap in the roof, I see.
Really stinks.
Oh, look in the microwave.
Oh no.
Is that a sewing machine?
Yeah. You know, when I saw this place online, I was like, I need to get a mask before I go there, and I haven't. Which is a big mistake. Look, they've kept all of the dog food and their food.
There's multiple bags like that all over the house.
I don't even know where to start. Look, yeah, there's another bag of it there.
Look, she's literally just...
But the first real disturbing thing they found happened when they found a coffin in the kitchen, and when they opened it up, they found something disturbing inside.
So this is the kitchen.
And this is where you start finding dead animals. Look, a coffin.
Oh man, a massive coffin.
That's even labelled as well.
What does it say?
Can't see it.
Oh my god.
It's a disintegrated dog.
Is that maggots?
Old, dried up maggots.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so weird. I wonder where she kept it. Just there. There's not much room, is there, really? For her to move anything.
And then, just beyond the coffin, they made a discovery that was somehow even worse.
Holy hell, man. Why? What?
Oh. I didn't realise it was like that here. Oh my god, mate. It stinks in here.
That's like... That's a lamb.
Look, it's a pile of bones.
At that point, the level of dread in that farmhouse had reached something close to unbearable. But before they could properly process what they had just seen, they heard something outside. A car parked nearby, and the terrible possibility settled over them that the owner of this farmhouse had just arrived home, with the two of them trapped inside.
What was that?
I think the farmer might be here, you know. I just had a think all that.
You won't be able to get in.
This is a key.
I'll have to be quiet. I wonder why he would keep the whole body. Like, that's just a top of bones. Oh my god. What the hell? It stinks. Why? I wonder why she would keep them all inside.
They moved carefully through the remaining rooms, and what they kept turning up were sharp tools, farm implements that had been used for purposes that did not look agricultural, and the remains of unalived animals, more than one, in more than one room.
In the sink. That one had horns.
She obviously lost her mind now.
Look, bags of bodies. Chainsaw.
Oh yeah, but this is what this was.
Yeah, this white bag is just a bag of bodies. They probably didn't want to get into trouble, did they?
Oh yeah, so they hid it all.
For, like,
Bad
neglecting the animals.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Look, another bag of bones in a wheelbarrow. Oh, what a creepy place.
Even the old fridge had secrets inside it, something the farmer had clearly chosen to store rather than dispose of, something that suggested the things happening in this farmhouse were deliberate, not accidental.
They've got nothing to breathe in there.
Oh my god, Sam. It's like a baby's body in there.
Oh my god.
That's actual baby one. Baby sheep. Oh my god.
Battery acid.
Oh my god.
There was obviously dirt.
Burning them.
Yeah, sorry my language, but yeah. They were obviously just like getting rid of them right now.
Oh my.
And the sounds outside did not stop. Sam and Jesse became increasingly certain that someone was out there, moving around. They started speaking in low voices, strategizing, mapping out how to get out of the building without being spotted.
Okay, so there's like 3 people outside the house right now. I don't know if they're gonna come in or not. This is too tense. There's an old man in the front garden. I don't even want to look. I wonder which door he can access. Shh. He's trying to get in the front door. I literally just missed it. Oh god, this is so tense. Just be quiet and I don't think you're... I'm scared to go around the corner. I can't believe people watch this place.
Even as they tried to figure out their exit, they could not stop themselves from documenting more of what surrounded them. Every new corner brought a fresh discovery that was difficult to look at.
A dog with all its hair still in a coffin under the bed. Can't even make the names out anymore, it's so old. And look at that. Everything has been pooed on. That is actually just a massive pile of poo.
Yeah.
Look at all of her clothes. What a mess.
Time moved slowly in that farmhouse. Every second they stayed felt like a second too long. The car outside had not moved. Whoever was out there was staying, and Sam and Jesse had to find a way out before that person decided to come inside.
We're gonna attempt to get out, and when we get out there we'll start filming again, but
Keep filming the whole time.
yeah, shall I give you this? The sheep are telling them where. There's a car down there.
Let's go this way.
Nah, it's way overgrown. Let's go out the front. Let me give you this.
They're at our car. They're at our car.
Sam and Jesse found the coffin. They found the skeletal remains. They found the sharp tools and the secrets in the fridge. And they found all of it while a car sat parked just outside. Think carefully about that timeline. The owner of that farmhouse, whoever they were, returned while Sam and Jesse were still inside documenting everything. That person had a coffin in their kitchen. They had remains on their property. They had tools that suggested a pattern of deliberate and repeated activity. If Sam and Jesse had been spotted trying to leave, if the farmer had walked in and found two strangers standing in the middle of everything they had worked to keep hidden, the story would not have ended with a YouTube video. It would have ended very differently, and we all know how. On July 10th, 2023, YouTuber Urbex Vibes explored an abandoned preschool that had been forced to shut down permanently in October 2008. The school lost its certificate to operate after failing to file its annual report. Nobody had touched it since, until, well, these explorers decided to check it out.
This time it's an abandoned preschool or daycare. I think it's a mixture of both. Definitely had some teaching and education going on here, so it's one of those. But we're starting off on the top floor. There's 3 floors here. This seems to be like the main office rooms, but there's tons of stuff left here, so we're gonna start here and then we'll get down to all the toys and all the other cool stuff down there.
From the very first room they entered, the amount of trash on the floor was difficult to explain. 15 years of closure had passed, and yet the building was littered with garbage that did not look 15 years old.
You wouldn't really think that there would be stuff left behind in here from the way that it looks outside, but
graffiti.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff. If you come in and you take a look at this wall right here, you can see how badly decayed certain parts are getting. So it isn't in the greatest shape, but it's still holding up pretty good. Well, I don't know where to start. There's tons and tons of things. I mean, we just step on things like all over.
As they moved deeper inside, they started turning up paperwork. Not just any paperwork. Enrollment records, files that named the children who had attended this school, the ones who had sat in these small chairs and eaten in this little canteen.
Over here, tons and tons of paperwork, files, all sorts of stuff. And we got a calendar here that's stuck on September 2007. So that's a good clue for us already. We'll do our research like always, see if we could figure anything out, why this place closed and when it did. But that gives us a good little idea so far, because we don't know yet. We always do our research after, and I know some of you guys don't love that, but we try to make this explore fresh. Like, we don't know what to expect, and that's what's exploring to us.
Yeah, whatever we're seeing first, you guys are also seeing first. We like to learn as we go. So.
Yeah, so research will come after. We'll figure it out for you guys.
The explorer kept pulling things from shelves and off the floor, and piece by piece, the identity of the school's former pupils came into view. Passport photographs, personal documents, the private records of real children who are almost certainly grown adults today, with no idea their childhood records were sitting in a crumbling building waiting to be found.
Now, I'll try to back out of here. Everything else seems pretty similar on the floor. Just loads of old educational paperwork and stuff. Hopefully I don't break my leg in here. Now over here, you got tons and tons and tons of pictures, which we'll take a look at now. I mean, I don't even know where to start. To begin,
Those look so old.
1970 to 71. So these are really old, cute little graduation pictures. I guess when they graduated preschool or whatever, they would get in a little cap and gown, which is kind of neat.
But disturbingly, the explorers keep finding more and more records that should be private.
Pictures here, they're feeding goats,
Maybe that was a class trip.
a hay ride. There's a classroom right there. Probably the room we just came from. Or another, I don't know,
Probably downstairs. Yeah.
They had a full house. Look at that old camcorder this guy's using.
Yeah.
The backyard. Again, they had a little pony.
That's cute.
And the backyard again.
Yep, that's the house next door too.
Yeah. So let's see what's on this side now.
Some rooms were not just old and dusty, they were actively falling apart. Sections of ceiling had come down, walls had caved in, and still, scattered throughout the rubble, were more photographs, more files, more evidence that real children had once lived parts of their early lives inside these walls.
There is a bunch of decay in this place. This is definitely, well, this was definitely done by scrappers, probably looking for wiring and stuff throughout the walls. And if there were any wires, they yanked them all out. But here's another cool light switch.
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. Some more pictures over here. Halloween, I'm guessing?
Looks like it.
This is cool. They had a lot of fun when they were young. Look, ducks
Dogs.
and a goat.
Then the exploration took a turn that changed everything. The explorer walked into a room, looked down at the trash covering the floor, and saw something that made the blood drain from their face. Right there, fresh against the debris, was what appeared to be blood, fresh one.
That is blood. Yep, that's blood. Now we've noticed around this area, while coming in, we obviously didn't come through here, we went through a door, but the blood is coming from over here. Oh my God, it looks recent too. It doesn't look that old. But it's coming from here, so maybe somebody got cut by the pieces of glass. Wow, that's
You
bad.
can see somebody's like hand wipe on the thing in the middle.
That's crazy, that's bad. Holy cow.
I don't get, like, it can't be the paint right there.
It's not
'cause
the
I don't-
paint, it's blood. We saw it on the window.
It doesn't make sense, yeah. Because people could have diseases in there.
And that's fresh.
I'm not worried about like the decayed stuff and the old stuff. That would be something to worry about.
Yeah.
When people say, oh, you're gonna get something by touching these things. No. But that, yes, that's possible. We got a creepy old little doll here.
With blood drips all around
With,
it.
yeah. And this old piano, which I was gonna open up the thing, but I don't think I want to anymore. Because
Eventually, they left that blood-stained room and kept exploring. They reached a part of the building that looked like it had been used as a dumping ground. Waste materials piled in corners. Signs that people had been using this abandoned preschool as a disposal site for things they did not want found.
probably has to do with these tires.
Yeah. Somebody
'Cause
definitely came here illegal dumping these things. I don't know how the other one got over there, but probably like a random kid rolling it over there or something, but that's something else you find a lot inside abandoned places is illegal dumping. Bunch of trash that was brought here by random people. Probably the scrappers. Like, hey, I got a spot you could dump these at. But here, we got some signs.
The blood on that floor looked fresh. In an abandoned preschool that had been closed for 15 years, fresh blood has only a handful of explanations, and none of them are good. Someone was inside that building recently enough that what they left behind had not yet dried. The explorer found it by accident while walking through a room. But what if whatever happened in that room had happened just hours before they arrived? What if the person responsible was still somewhere in that building, hidden in one of the rooms the explorer had not yet reached? These explorers may have walked in and out of at least a dozen rooms that day. Not all of them were checked thoroughly. Some doors were not opened at all. They could have been attacked if they had been found. On August 24th, 2024, YouTuber Big Banks released a video of his exploration of a house that had sat abandoned for 21 years, ever since the night a husband and father took the lives of his family before taking his own. The man had worked at a nearby manufacturing company. His wife stayed home with their 2 daughters and collected angel dolls. Friends had noticed him becoming distant and withdrawn in the months before it happened. Then one night, whatever was building inside him broke through completely. He attacked his family and ended his own life in the same house. The home had never been occupied again until Big Banks arrived with his camera.
Today, we are going to explore this abandoned house here. It's been abandoned for 21 years. This place is pretty cool. As you can see, crazy overgrown, and it even has a whole mountain on the side. Look at this place. It's a little over 5,000 square feet, so it's like mansion sized or McMansion sized, but it is a pretty beautiful house. If you take a look at it, it's actually blue. And can you imagine this being your backyard? Like, this is your view of the house. Look at that. That is crazy.
Even from the entrance, even in broad daylight, the house gave off something, a feeling that was difficult to name but impossible to ignore, the kind of atmosphere that makes you feel watched, even when you can see every corner of the room.
It's a different day, but we made it back inside this place, so now we're going to explore it. This front door obviously is boarded. This is just one of the front doors. This house is actually quite larger than it seems, so we're going to go through this, and this place is very creepy because there was a murder here. So this is like one of the first little things you see when you walk in is this long hallway. It feels like an old southern home, and the outside seems like a more modern home. It's really weird. Check it out. This hallway is just kind of very eerie when you walk down. There's 2 chairs set up here, one with this like yellow and orange flower, all that stuff, and this mural on the wall of like an old mansion, like an old plantation mansion.
The furniture was still there. The personal belongings were still there. The house looked like a home that had been paused rather than abandoned. And on the sofas, the explorer found what appeared to be evidence of what had taken place all those years ago.
This gives me like such a 70s vibe. There's even some oddly weird stains right here. Now you're gonna see a lot more than that around this house because this was like a whole family type murder. Very creepy. Wow. From the wedding. But I'm assuming this is just one of their like little living spaces. Multiple living parlors in this kind of house.
He entered what looked like a home office. It was in so much disarray. The disorder felt like that of a space that had last been touched by someone in the grip of something terrifying.
We're gonna go to our left this time. We see this blue carpeted room. And like I said, it kind of feels like a office carpet. It's kind of weird. But see a lot of some linens. This dresser is still left here with all the stuff still inside. You can see all their papers and everything are left in here. Old newspapers from like the 1970s and 80s, all just still laying in here.
Then he went to the bedroom, the room where part of the attack had taken place. Whatever he was expecting to find, what he actually found was worse.
And the first thing you can see on the bed is very obvious bloodstains. This bed has just a couple, but this bed has a majority of the blood. So I believe it was a stabbing that took place here, and it just got everywhere. It is crazy to see this, and it's still just like left here. Typically they come and clean it out, but since it was a long time ago, it wasn't cleaned. It's very sad to see something like this.
The bathroom offered no relief. The staining on the surfaces, the condition of the fixtures, the way the room had been left told a story that no one who walked in there could misread.
Looks like they tried to wipe it off. All in the sink. The mirror's still here. You got the razor slot. Little tiny cups for when you're brushing your teeth, but that is just crazy to see. I'm not gonna touch any of that. And back here is the shower. It's like it's green. Walking through this house is just a different kind of feeling, guys. A little cabinet space. Smells kind of weird back here. It's much more decayed. As you can see, we got trash kind of scattered about. Right there in the tub, that's a little creepy. So back here, it's all kind of wooden. Got that 70s, 60s vibe. The floor is like rotted all along here. And this chair has a lot of stains on it too. Also part of the... Oh, it's very creepy. Very, very creepy to see that. House is just very eerie. We gotta keep showing you things, okay?
Big Bank spent a long time in that house, longer than most people would have managed. When he finally stepped back outside, he stood in the daylight and tried to put into words what it felt like to walk through a space where a family had been destroyed.
But, like I said, not a ton going on. Just wanted to make this video for you guys. This place is crazy, the story behind it is crazy, and I'm glad I got to bring you guys along to show you this house. It's a beautiful home, and everything left behind is just crazy, especially the story behind this and what happened here. Now, we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna move on to the next spot. Hope you guys enjoyed.
21 years is a long time for a house to sit empty, but the question worth asking is not what happened inside that home in the past. The question is what has happened inside it more recently. A house like that, abandoned, unlocked and isolated, becomes a magnet for the kind of people who are drawn to dark spaces. Big Banks was not the first person to walk through that door after the family passed. He almost certainly was not the last. And unlike Big Banks, some of those visitors may not have come with a camera and good intentions. That bedroom, that bathroom, those rooms that still carried the marks of what happened in 2003, could have housed any number of people in the years between then and now. People with their own reasons for needing a place no one would ever look. On August 14th, 2021, the YouTuber behind the channel Unknown Ventures uncovered something disturbing at an abandoned dealership in San Antonio, USA. What he thought was going to be a regular exploration turned into a sketchy and nerve-wracking experience.
Antonio, we are going to explore an abandoned dealership, and it's funny because I work at a dealership, so I can't wait to go inside and see what we find. But and I hope you guys like my new accessory. It's a little fan. It's so hot here in Texas, I'm telling you, you guys need to get one. That'd be pretty cool if I could make an Unknown Ventures fan. All right, well, wow, this whole place is burnt to pieces. Your normal graffiti wear all over the place. It wasn't that big of a dealership as you would think it was for a big city dealership. The lot's not that big. It is a two-story dealership. We're at the dead zone here, taking some snapshots.
The building was buried in deep, accumulated filth that had been building up for a long time, layered across the floors and piled against the walls.
Wow, man, we found some squatters, dude. Crazy. But they seem pretty cool. But you still can't trust anybody. Man, it's just trashed over here. Just totally trashed. Yeah, you can tell people have been sleeping here because you got the little beds right over there on the floor, like a blanket they've been laying on. Whoa. Oh man, I was gonna say I thought I found an open pack of Pokemon cards, bro. Hey, and you said this place was abandoned for 10 years?
About roughly, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely this was the place for living. Well, yeah, so this is the mechanic shop because you can see the lift and everything in here, all the whole setup. She's all over the place. Guys, this place is crazy. Let me tell you, this place is bonkers. I mean, shoot, right when we walked in, I already, you know, popped my cherry for seeing squatters for the first time, but this place is just abandoned graffiti. A very epic abandoned place to search. I mean, look at all this. You got a lot of random stuff all over here.
Then came the discovery that changed the tone of the entire visit. They were not alone. The dealership had squatters living inside it, random strangers settled into the dark corners of an abandoned building who had not been expecting company.
A lot of people have been living here. Wow. All right, so how do we get inside the building? Oh my God, there's someone sleeping in there. This is by far the most trippiest place I've ever been to. All right, here we go. We are going in.
And these were not simply people looking for somewhere to sleep. The explorer sensed quickly that some of the people occupying the building could be dangerous. He adjusted his entire approach. He needed to stay aware and keep his camera moving.
This place is definitely the abandon of abandon right here. I mean, I'm tripping. Here, look, got this guy behind me walking with the plant. He's one of the squatters that just jumped right out in front of me. I was like, oh, I had my freaking my knife right in my pocket, so I'm protected. But ooh, fire ant got me. Yes. Yeah, that guy's splitting. He's like, me and my plant are going elsewhere.
Most people would have left at that point. The explorer kept going. He moved through the dealership with the constant awareness that at any moment, one of the people living there might decide they did not want to be filmed.
Wow, this is just wicked. Look at that. This is now a bedroom. Once an office, now a bedroom. $5 a night, guys. Come on, let's do it. Here at the dealership inn. Heard something making noise over there. A little roach right there. Roach, another bedroom here. Guys, we have availability in. There is vacancy here, ladies and gentlemen. Vacancy. That room was being used. All right, feces. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go somewhere, right?
You're on the second floor, and then down to the first floor.
Man, just bizarre. You got wolf chili over there.
I did the place back in, I believe, 2014. It was not nearly this product, but there was free anywhere.
Yeah, so abandoned, man. Just wicked.
Kind of sealed off.
See if this thing goes up one more.
When he finally stepped outside, he took in the full view of the building from the street and gave his honest assessment of what he had just walked through. It was clear from the way he spoke that even he had not fully processed just how close the situation had come to going wrong.
And here's the outside. My mind has been blown today, guys. I've never been to an abandoned place like this, and it's not even enormous, but I've never been to an abandoned place quite like this. And here's the other side of the dealership, more offices. Like, they had more salespeople offices than I thought. There is quite a bit of offices in here. I'm just trying to wonder and figure out why they burnt this place down.
The squatters living in that dealership had settled there precisely because it was a place where no one was supposed to come. They had built their lives in those rooms around the certainty that they would not be disturbed. Then a stranger with a camera showed up and started walking through their space, recording everything. The explorer kept going even after he knew people were there. Think about the moment when he was deep inside the building, moving through rooms with no clear exit, surrounded by people he had just assessed as potentially dangerous. One wrong turn, one room that happened to belong to the wrong person, and the situation would have stopped being an urban exploration video entirely. On March 13th, 2026, YouTuber Urbex and his friend decided to explore 2 different abandoned locations in one night. From the moment they stepped into the first building, things felt off.
That looks sick, doesn't it? Oh my days. Well, we literally walk right round the corner, right in front of us. And it, look, flash it. Flash it, cool. Entrance right there. Alright, let's go check it out. Right guys, we are now in. Look at the lighting on this car. It's good, isn't it? Right, we found the way in. Right, we showed you.
The rooms were in so much state of ruin and decay, they could hardly believe what they were seeing.
Look through it. Oi, Corey, this is an unreal fun for me, by the way. Perfect working order. I'd cook a steak in there, would you? I'd cook a steak. Probably not actually, that's a bit. Yo, this place, man, this is good. Get some lighting in it. Yeah, the wood's caving in. Just can't feel it, but yeah, I'm trying. Well, I felt it. I don't know if it's because I'm being a twat. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't worth it.
The walls were also covered with graffiti with what could mostly be red paint or blood.
You have to believe that, but
yeah. Well guys, look at the camera here. Look at it. Hey. We'll be, hopefully, in the next clip, finding another place, innit? Fingers crossed, in the next clip, we're not going to disappoint you, and we're going to find a pretty place, aren't we? Yeah.
Then, in a part of the building where you would never expect to find it, they came across a car, old and completely destroyed, sitting in a section of the structure that made no logical sense as a place to park a vehicle.
that's real.
Well, I'll get back to you in the houses, but get that shit over. Let me get in there, come on. Comes out the stereo.
After finishing up the first location, they moved on to the second abandoned mansion of the night. And here they did something they had not done at the first location. They called out into the darkness, voices raised, aimed at whatever or whoever might be hiding in the rooms ahead.
Oh, if anyone's in there, just let us know, because then we just won't come in. We don't want to like intrude or anything.
We're not a danger.
We're literally just exploring.
We're literally just exploring the place, not breaking anything. Just let us know if anybody is in here.
Like throw something or anything.
Yeah. And we'll just leave. We'll leave the house.
Like literally just make a bang on something and we won't come in. Because we don't want to come in if you're
They got no response and continued their exploration, but they were stopped in their tracks when they found something else, something creepier than finding a car in an unexpected section of the house. Naturally, they got scared. They had two options: keep going and find out what else was in that mansion, or accept what they had already seen and get out while the getting was good. They chose the latter.
We'll explore this another day. That was fresh food, wasn't it? It was like fresh Home Bargains bags. When did Home Bargains come out? 2019, I think it was. This place shut down in like 2005. Right guys, we left the building alive.
They called out into the dark. That choice was either very brave or very risky, depending on what was actually inside that second mansion. Calling out achieves two things. It lets you know if someone is there, but it also lets whoever is there know that you are there too. If the mansion was home to someone dangerous, someone who had been sitting quietly in the back of the building hoping not to be noticed, that shout would have been the only invitation they needed. The explorers heard no answer and moved forward. But silence in an abandoned building does not mean emptiness. It sometimes means the opposite. On February 24th, 2020, YouTuber Lord Explores went exploring an abandoned high school with his friend. What they found was evidence that they had not been alone in that building from the moment they stepped inside. But right as he stepped into the building, here's what he saw.
Alright, we just got inside, and I realized I forgot my light panel. So I'm probably going to be following this guy around for a little bit. Hopefully on the second and third floors it's a little bit brighter, but we will find out.
Yeah, I better not have forgotten mine.
It's a fully stocked bookshelf of more textbooks. This looks like some sort of break room maybe.
The school still had plenty of its original furniture and equipment in place, objects that once had daily lives given to them by hundreds of students. But they had all lost their shine and sparkle as they sat frozen in time under years of dust.
Alright guys, this room is nuts. There's trophies, plaques, some books down there. Look at this, it's like alumni. Supporting class in 1999. Teachers of the year. Bunch of stuff. Got a nice computer set up. Some more trophies. Tons of photos. Probably of more alumni. This is a pretty dang cool time capsule room.
But everything he had seen so far could not have been more disturbing to him than when he entered this garbage-filled room. And you can tell because he got so uncomfortable, he left the room not long after he entered it.
Got the fire here, you guys can see, in the locker room. Oh, with all the paper. Oh no, this isn't a locker room, this is more textbook storage. I guess they set it all on fire. Oh my gosh, yo, Dan. Look at the ducks up there. They like collapsed down. That was a serious blaze.
The gym was no better. The space that would once have echoed with the noise of students running and shouting was completely silent, stripped and crumbling in a way that felt deeply unnatural.
I've always seen a picture of this gym with the style tag. Never knew where it is. Now I do. It's a relatively old tag too. Looks kind of faded.
But none of the rooms explored so far takes the award of the ugliest. That title belongs to the room that used to be the fitness center, which you're about to see. Entering into it, in fact, feels like a time travel to the remote past of human history.
Cold, so.
It's a little fitness center here. And some weight machines.
As it happened, that room was the last straw for them because they left not long after. Consider that they realized at some point during that exploration that they had not been alone in the building since the beginning. Think about what that means. From the moment they pushed through the entrance to the moment they found that out, they had been moving through rooms, opening doors, calling out to each other across empty hallways with no idea that someone else was already inside, that someone had access to every room they visited. They knew the layout better than the explorers did. They had every opportunity to approach from behind, from around a corner, from inside a room the explorers assumed was empty. The only reason the exploration ended safely was that whoever was in that building chose not to make themselves known. That choice was entirely theirs to make. In July 2024, popular urbex YouTuber Chris Condon and a friend decided to explore an abandoned Catholic school. However, their adventure quickly took a terrifying turn when they realized they might have stumbled upon a true crime scene, discovering blood on the floor.
Now we are heading into another abandoned school. Hopefully no one calls the cops on us, that'd be bad. But this one should be pretty cool. Last time I was here, I didn't make a video over it because it was pitch black, but this time I've heard that things have been broken, boards and such, so it's not pitch black anymore. But we're gonna find out.
I like this because it looks like post-apocalyptic. I think that shit's dope.
I wish there were like still seats in here. You said this is a Christian school, it's Catholic.
Is it Catholic?
Yeah, because Christians don't do the confession thing. I swear I used to go to a Christian church.
I'm not religious, so.
My mom is, and she took me to a Christian church.
So much cocaine. Ooh, there's some dope here.
Oh, that's a gym. Which is... Dude, that looks like blood.
I don't know if it's real.
Wait, is there anything on the ceiling? Nah, that's definitely not from the ceiling.
No, someone could have said something else.
Dude, it's just... There's no way that is set up.
What do you think, they like 4 people?
That's not that much blood.
Those are dog tracks.
Yeah, or raccoon.
I didn't see that body. Just kidding, those lost.
No? It's not that way.
Check the body for, check the basics for bodies. Point at that.
The auditorium's this way.
Hold me up. I like this. Oh, dude. Yeah. This shot right here is dope.
On September 17th, 2018, YouTuber MJCTV went to explore an abandoned factory, fully expecting the kind of uneventful walkthrough that makes up most urban exploration content. What he found inside changed that expectation completely. The main hallway was large and completely overwhelmed with old furniture, industrial equipment, and years of accumulated filth. Navigating it required real effort, but it was not the state of the hallway that first put him on edge. One of the most suspicious things he saw was a long red tape firmly taped to the floor, as if marking the scene of a crime.
have to watch out for these little pieces. They are very small, but they make a lot of noise. It's still weird.
He went to another part of the building that was creepily empty and silent, and had the appearance of a place where an innocent citizen could be held hostage by kidnappers.
That doorway does not look safe at all. It looks like you're just asking for a brick to fall right on your head. I'm gonna go this way. Oh, someone had BB gun wars here. That's cool. This would be a perfect place to have BB gun war.
Then he came across the remains of an unalived animal. The body was in a state that made it difficult to identify what it had been, but the condition it was in made it impossible to write off as a simple coincidence. But even adding to the mystery of the entire place were the strange messages left on the wall. The messages were clear enough, the explorer was wise enough, and he knew he had to leave or dare the unseen forces out there in that out-of-the-way factory. Remember the red tape on the floor, the remains of an unalived animal, the messages on the wall addressed directly to whoever entered? Well, each of those things on its own could be explained away. Together, they tell a story of what this factory was being used for and who was using it. CCTV got out because he was smart enough to read the room. But think about the person or people who set that space up. They had been there recently enough to leave fresh tape on the floor. They would come back. The only thing that mattered was making sure they did not come back while he was still inside. There was no way to know how much time he had. On April 30th, 2023, an urban explorer from Latvia who goes by the name Mr. Baltic, and with the YouTube channel Forgotten Baltics, explored an abandoned house in the center of Riga. He expected to find the typical signs of urban decay. What he found instead was a building with a very active and very troubling present.
Looks like here were located 6 flats. So, this building is empty.
As he got to the bookshelf, he gave a chilling context to the bottles of alcohol nearby.
Well, I know that some local vagabonds are coming here to drink some alcohol and to hang out.
People were coming here to drink, regularly enough to leave that many empty bottles behind. But the alcohol was not the most alarming sign of recent occupation. What he found next confirmed that at least one person was using this building for something far more deliberate than drinking.
I guess someone is coming here quite often. Oh, some beer, vodka, and whiskey. Oh, it's a glasses.
Then he showed the creepy downstairs that looked like a place used for forbidden scientific experiments.
Let's check the downstairs. Oh, it works. One more, this strong metal door. Looks like made in Germany. One more metal door.
But the most mind-blowing discovery came when he saw these.
Well, I am not a doctor, but looks like human bones. What? These bones are too big for animals. This is also, I guess, a part of human's body. A broken one.
This discovery cannot be written off as natural. The bones are located in and arranged in a way that shows they must have been deliberately put there. Combined with everything else he had seen in that house, it was too much to rationalize. Mr. Baltic understood that he was standing in a place where something terrible had taken place, and whoever was responsible had not left for good. They were likely coming back.
It's very weird. So better I get out faster from here. Here is one more hole. Very
Clearly, the bottles proved that people visited regularly. The setup downstairs showed that at least one of those people had a purpose that went far beyond looking for somewhere to sit and drink, and the bones confirmed that whatever that purpose was, it had already claimed at least one victim. Mr. Baltic was alone in that house, at least to our knowledge and his own. The people who left those bones behind knew the location, knew the layout, and had a reason to make sure no witnesses remained. The only thing standing between Mr. Baltic and becoming a pile of bones himself was the fact that no one knew he was there that day. If even one of the regulars had turned up while he was still in that basement, that may have been the very end. In February 2020, YouTuber Lord Explores, regularly uploading his passionate adventures about venturing deep inside some of the most unreachable abandoned buildings, decided to explore an abandoned school. Wanting to keep the location hidden, initially exploring some weird sites around the school, they soon would have a life-threatening encounter inside.
Alright, we just got inside, and I realized I forgot my light panel, so I'm probably going to be following this guy around for a little bit. Hopefully the third floor is a little bit brighter, but we will find out.
Yeah, I better not have forgotten mine.
It's a fully stocked bookshelf of more textbooks. This looks like some sort of break room, maybe. Got a couch over there.
This is smaller than we usually see, but it's pretty interesting. It hasn't been burned, but there's one sketchy thing right now that makes me really uneasy. Is the extensive water damage to the roof. You can see it just pouring in right now.
Some pretty decent actually, surprisingly. Probably knows. There was like books on the window. So there's a homeless guy in that room, and I almost opened the door. It's so sketchy. Yeah, just keep an eye out on the rooms before we go in them. Yeah, he's just chilling. Let's just keep going. Yeah, guys, that was crazy. I've never gotten that close. I mean, I don't think I've ever really encountered a homeless person. It's so unfortunate they have to resort to living in a place like this. He had all his stuff set up. He was just sitting. And you could see on the window there was some of the books, some pages from the books that he had pasted to keep a little bit of privacy in there. Yeah, there's, because I peeked in, I didn't even see him. I didn't know like who it was or what it was. I thought it was like a blanket or something.
They clearly witnessed a homeless man in that room, yet somehow couldn't assess the situation or react appropriately. While most people would have instantly run out of the building, they just carried on with their adventure, a decision that could soon turn out to be a huge mistake.
Maybe our friend came out. Yeah. Well, we gotta go back that way. That ends, I think.
We can go back that way out to the stage.
Yeah, that was close too.
You wanna stay a little bit?
Yeah, let's go this way. Yeah, they sounded reckless. Art room?
Yeah.
Yeah, art room.
Probably one of the biggest ones I've seen in high school.
Yeah, this is impressive. My buddy said there's an ambulance outside the door. Oh my god, yeah, there is. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, we're gonna go try and find another exit. Alright guys, so we found an exit. We're gonna head out. It's kind of weird. I don't know why that ambulance is there. I don't know, maybe...
As it turned out, the man had made a small living space in the abandoned building. He had all his stuff set up, and he even pasted pages from books on the window for a bit of privacy. But why did the ambulance suddenly arrive, and could the homeless man have something to do with it? On December 14th, 2025, YouTuber Uberx Ontario made his way to an abandoned mausoleum sitting deep in the woods. A sign from the building inspector had been placed at the entrance, prohibiting anyone from going inside. He went in anyway.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be exploring an abandoned mausoleum. So this place has been abandoned for quite a while now, and I'm unsure why. Because there is a cemetery over here, which is still somewhat active, but the actual mausoleum has been completely abandoned. And you can see here, this building is unsafe, and its use or occupancy has been prohibited by the building inspector. Unfortunately, vandals have come here and smashed out much of the glass here. All the glass is cracked. And this window's actually completely smashed out. So that's the way in. So we'll take a look inside here first. And there actually are quite a few burials in here. And a few of the tombs here have been ripped.
The interior of the mausoleum was immediately unsettling. Not just because of what it was and what it had been built for, but because of the clear evidence that vandals had been there, repeatedly, and probably recently.
The stained glass has all been smashed by vandals as well, which is too bad. Like, vandalism here, I think, is really, really disrespectful. Like, you know, and just in general, vandalism is bad, but here it's worse. Like, even this is all smashed.
At some point, the explorer went outside to show the disturbing state of the roof and the outer surrounding. Then he saw something unexpected.
Outside, you can see here the entire roof is completely caved in. And I probably shouldn't be standing here. This seems kind of unsafe. Yeah, it's literally completely collapsed. They pushed a lot of the bricks and stuff down there. Again, several of the bodies have been removed from here as well. This one, the wall's actually partly intact. Is there anything in there? No, that one's empty. What about here? Oh wow, you can see the coffin.
Parts of the mausoleum had no roof at all, open to the sky, to whatever weather came in, to whoever wanted to drop down from above.
Whole roof is just gone. Yeah, more of these are open here. That's like the rubble from the roof. And it's just back onto the woods. Go take a look at the other side. Alright guys, so I'm walking in the woods behind the office right now, trying to find a way inside without going through the overgrowth. And I found this like concrete coffin here. There's another one here that's broken. Here's the back of the office building. There's another one here, which I think might be turned upside down. Or maybe this lid comes off the top, I'm not sure.
And then something else caught his attention. He found something on a tarp that he could not explain and could not ignore. Whatever it was enough to make him stop moving and start reassessing every decision that had brought him to this point. He was now on full alert.
But guys, take a look at what we found here. In this tarp, there's all these bones. Are these human bones? I don't know. There's a bunch of like rib bones. They're everywhere. Like these look like human bones. I don't know for sure, but it sure looks like it. And these were like wrapped up in a tarp back here. Like, That's so strange. There's a piece of like a spine. I don't know.
Even when he went into another dilapidated room, he couldn't shake off what he had seen on that tarp.
There's a bunch of things here like your will and stuff, paperwork for the cemetery, certificate of use for the burial space. Wow. Super decayed in here. So yeah, I think we've seen just about everything. The bones are just outside of this building on the ground right there. Because that's definitely strange. Like, I'm wondering if one of those like crypts there that's ripped open, if they just took the bones and put them in a tarp and put them over here. Like, that's what it seems like.
A mausoleum in the woods with a prohibition notice, a damaged roof, regular vandals, and something unexplained left behind on a tarp. The vandals knew this place well. They had been inside it many times, which means they had long since stopped being cautious about it. It had become their space, their location. And then one afternoon, a stranger with a camera showed up and started walking around inside it. The explorer found something on that tarp, but what he could not know was whether the people who left it there were already on their way back. In a place that isolated, with no phone signal and no one who knew exactly where he was, the time between arrival and escape was the only thing that mattered. On November 27, 2023, popular urban YouTuber Mo Sargi went to explore an abandoned school, attempting a solo adventure to retrieve a wallet he believed he had dropped during a previous visit. The location had a dark history from his last trip, including a stalker who wrote his name in blood on the wall, making the environment extremely tense and scary.
What my game plan is right now is to search every corner, every crevice of this whole place. Hello, is there anybody here? I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I just want to look for my wallet. I did go through here the last time I was here, so maybe my wallet is here somewhere. Yo, everything kind of like got destroyed since I was here last. Oh, look, a glove. Look at this. There's like an actual glove that belonged to somebody. Hello? Anyone in here? Pretty sure that glove wasn't here last time, but look at this, guys. Somebody left a coffee cup over there. There's like a whole bunch of broken glass here. I don't see my wallet anywhere though. I am like freaking out right now. Internally, I am freaking out. Like, I really am. I did come through here. I don't know if I lost my wallet in here while I was running, or I lost it while I was walking during all the stuff that was happening. It's got to be here somewhere, because this is, when I was here last, it was the last time I saw my wallet, and I'm pretty sure I dropped it in here.
Scarily, he didn't even see the man sleeping behind him in the room, which could have proven fatal in this situation. But still, it would turn out to not take Mo long till he realized that he wasn't alone in the building.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. There's someone here. Oh. There's someone here. Fuck. There's only one way in and one way out of this place. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay in the dark room. Oh, no, there's someone there. What the fuck? I'm gonna stay in this dark room over here. Guys, there is a man in here. I need to get the hell out of here. Please come back. It's a homeless guy. I'm so scared.
As he watched the man, whether a homeless person, a squatter, or something else entirely, walk in the hallway, he made sure to remain hidden inside. But when it was time to escape, this happened.
Oh no, there's no way out. What's he doing? Stop! Stop! Oh shit! Up there. I'm gonna turn off my lights. He's coming. I just fell down the stairs. I'm up where I think I left my wallet. Okay, I don't see it here anywhere. Hi, Mosarji, we're coming for you. He doesn't know I'm here. Oh God. He doesn't know I'm here. I'm gonna wait here for like 5 minutes. If he doesn't come back, I'm climbing down and getting the hell out of here. My wallet is not here. He must have it. I knew it was a bad idea coming here alone, but I had no choice. I had nobody here. I needed my wallet. Lights. Oh man, this is freaking terrifying. This is so terrifying. The roof is locked. I can't get out from here. He's blocking the air. Oh, no, 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 no. Go away! I got my machete. I got my machete, you piece of. He's on. Get out of here. She's coming. Oh! What the has happened? Oh my god.
To this day, the man who chased and stalked Mo remains a mystery. We may never know his true intentions, but one thing is clear: they were likely very dark.